You guys, we have got to talk about JoJo Siwa because she is clapping back at the haters with her new song. We also have to talk about Addison Rae getting snubbed from the VMAs, as a lot of people are talking about Alix Earle and some ice cream drama. There's Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan continued drama. Also, Bretman Rock and Justice broke up. People are talking about Wicked. There is so much that we have to get into that happened this week. Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to the weekly TEACAP. I just got back from something, so that's why the hair is looking like way different, and quite possibly I cannot do this on my own self. But anyway, let's get into all of the drama from this week. When it comes to Brianna Chickenfry, her and Zach Bryan broke up about 10 months ago and he still can't seem to move on from the drama. Basically, he's been continuously taunting Brianna online, and as we all know, Brianna is a barstool girly, and on Monday, he posted a video of himself setting a barstool flag on fire and hitting it with a golf club. Like, is this not the most insane thing ever? Brianna took to her Instagram story to literally say she was locking her doors because this man's crazy.
Locking my doors because what the f? That shit is terrifying.
And this really isn't a good look for him, considering the main controversy surrounding their breakup was her accusing Zach of being abusive and him allegedly offering her money to sign an NDA and keep quiet about it. So him posting this isn't making him look like the most calm person in the world. She also posted on her Instagram story, "Nurse, he's loose again." And she also posted, "How do I file a restraining order?" being a Google search that she recently had. And everyone is like, girl, you definitely need one with the way that he is acting. Now, as for some other breakup news, we got to talk about Bretman Rock and Justice breaking up. Bretman came out on his Instagram story and said that they had in fact broken up. He said that this was something that they mutually decided on, but a lot of fans were really heartbroken as Justice was in a lot of Bretman's content and people just loved them together in the videos that they made, so they were really heartbroken over this announcement.
Guys, this video is extremely hard for me to make, so please bear with me. I understand that I've always shared my life with you guys, my day-to-day, my family, down to my relationship, and since a lot of you guys have been asking in the comments and DMs where Justice is, I just wanted to quickly address that we are no longer together. It was a mutual breakup. It was amicable, and there's one thing I want to get out of the way. It's that we are still friends. We still have love for each other, and I do believe that if divine timing, if we're really meant for each other, then we will find each other again, and that's exactly how we found each other this time anyways. So I just wanted to say that I still love him. We're still friends. Everything was a mutual, mature understanding. If there's one thing we both valued at the very beginning of our relationship, it's our mental health, it's our self-love, and it's our communication, and that is something we valued all the way until the very end. And if there's anything I do ask, I would just ask for some privacy, some time to process everything. Please don't point the finger at anybody. This was truly just two adults that really came down to a conclusion that this isn't something that we want to do, but it is something that we need to do for our mental health. Like I said again, that was something that we truly valued, and this time we just want to focus on ourselves. And like I said again, who knows what the future will bring, but right now I'm locked in on myself, and yeah, I would say this is my self-love era, but girl, I always have loved myself.
Bretman said that he still holds love for him and they plan to remain friends, but most importantly, he did confirm that no one cheated because there were some rumors that were going around and he wanted to squash those.
You guys have been saying like you're handling this with so much grace, but it's honestly because you guys are allowing me to. I know I woke up this morning and it has reached, multiple forums, and like there's so many random comments that people that don't even know us, but the love and support is so much louder that I literally can't even hear these weirdos and these hate, because you guys have just loved me. I really don't know if my followers is just on bad bitches setting only, because every time I open my DM, especially even yesterday, I was so scared, but all the comments have just been like sending you hugs and love, with consent, of course. And even on my end, like my friends and family have just been nothing but supportive. Even Justice and I, we were texting and like communicating yesterday and just making sure that we both know that we still got each other, even this whole entire process, which is a little traumatizing and hard, but like you guys are making it so easy. You know what I mean? And I know I woke up this morning, it has reached the public forum. If there's anything I want to say, girl, I'm seeing all these like cheating allegations. Nobody cheated. Like I said, we're still friends. We're in good terms. And trust me, I'm crazy enough. If a bitch cheat on me, the whole world will fucking know. Trust. I'm literally crazy. So like, don't.
Now, something that people can be looking forward to, though, is Wicked Part 2 coming out. They have really started to pick up the promo for Part 2. The movie comes out in a little over 3 months, and after the inescapable whirlwind that was the last press tour from Holding Space, there was so much that people were talking about, and I am very interested to know how it's going to go this press tour. There was so much drama surrounding Ethan and Ariana's relationship, especially prior to the Wicked rollout, and I found that a lot of people actually found him very endearing during the Wicked press tour. They were like, okay, I'm actually seeing what Ariana is seeing. I like these two. They're really cute together, and they were kind of forgiving or just not really remembering the past as much of how they all got together and came to be. Which prior to Wicked coming out and them doing the press tour, people were saying that Ariana was a homewrecker. That was a big storyline that was going around of people feeling like, you know, she came in between him and his wife and they had just had this baby. And so she was really looking like this villain and he was looking like this really horrible guy. But when Wicked came out, people were looking at interviews of him, fan interactions, and they were like, I actually like him. He seems sweet, he seems cool. But then mid press tour, his ex-wife came out with an article in The Cut where she was talking about what it was like to see Wicked in the stores, and she couldn't escape being reminded about her divorce. And then people started to talk about Ariana and Ethan all over again and how they didn't like them and how she was a homewrecker, and it was this whole big thing. So I'm wondering, when this press tour comes back around, if people are going to be like loving on them again, or if they're going to be reminded of the scandal all over again, because I feel like in this time period where we haven't been talking about Wicked as much, people have been leaning into loving Ariana, wanting her to go on tour. They haven't been talking about this past relationship drama. It's kind of faded into the background. People have accepted her being with Ethan. They're shipping it. They're liking it. So I wonder, when she's more in the spotlight and maybe with Ethan a little bit more, if people are going to go back to loving her like the last press tour, or, you know, if they're going to be reminded about the whole thing, that it's not going to be so pretty. But it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. I feel like there's so many ways it could go, but the movie is coming out November 21st, so there is a little bit of time before all of that happens. I'm sure we will get a lot of press in October, so it might be a spooky Halloween for them depending on how the internet sways, but I feel like with the way people really love Wicked, it could probably be pretty good. Unless his ex-wife comes out with another story in The Cut. But anyway, as for another messy situation, let's get into what is going on with Alix Earle. Alix Earle and her family have an ice cream shop, and it came under fire this week because one TikTok user came online to say that she was trying to drive business towards her family's ice cream shop in New Jersey because she says her family actually relies on the money that they make, unlike, you know, Alix Earle's family, who's like super mega rich and just happens to have an ice cream shop.
Family's ice cream shop. Hi, I'm Phoebe. I'm also a chesty blonde from New Jersey whose family owns an ice cream business, but the difference is that unlike the Earle family, my family actually depends on the money that we make.
Some people thought this was shady, but she was trying to say that she wasn't actually trying to be shady in all of this, just trying to promote her family's business. And Alix Earle ended up commenting and said, "Looks like I just found another place we all have to go try this summer. Keep killing it." And she said, "Wow, so floored this video even reached you. Thank you for the support." So something people originally found as shady, Alix Earle was trying to act cute and nice about it and amplify this small business. Now, as for what is being said about Addison Rae and Alex Warren and these former members of the Hype House and the VMAs, people are shocked that Alex Warren was nominated and not Addison Rae. The VMA nominations were announced this week, and one thing that seemed to stand out was Alex getting 3 nominations, and in some of the biggest categories: Song of the Year, Best Pop for his song Ordinary, and Best New Artist. And something people have been pointing out is how he is being taken very seriously as an artist, with nominations and radio playing and charting. But there is another former TikToker who is also on the rise and being called the next pop girly, Addison Rae. to the point that almost 100,000 people were in the Ticketmaster queue for venues. So the question that a lot of people have been asking is, why is Alix Warren being taken way more seriously as an artist than Addison Rae? It's really interesting because I feel like on TikTok, Addison is so beloved and people are really hyping up her and her music. But then when I talked about it on YouTube, people were not feeling that same vibe. They were not on this whole Addison coming out with music train. But I do feel like Alix Warren is really mainstream at the moment. Maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like he's been at the festivals. He's been with Jelly Roll. He's come out with a song with Rose. Like, he is really in everyone's faces. And I feel like a lot of parents actually kind of like him. And he is getting recognition. He was even in that Love is Blind finale. He sang his song. And I just feel like he's everywhere. And it is kind of crazy that they were both in the Hype House and Alix has really risen beyond Addison. I'm really curious to know what you guys think because I feel like the opinions here are very different than on TikTok where people are very Addison leaning. But like everywhere else, it seems to be Alix. I don't know, maybe they're not on your radar at all. Let me know in the comments. But I just found it so crazy that Addison didn't get any nominations for the VMAs, but Alix Warren was. Like, imagine if he got nominated at the Grammys. Like, I kind of see that actually happening with how big of a hit Ordinary has been. He beat Justin Bieber on the charts, you guys. Like, Ordinary was #1 and Justin Bieber's song was #2. Like, what? Now, as for JoJo Siwa, you guys, we've got to talk about the way that she is clapping back at the haters with this new song that she has released. JoJo does not let the hate get to her. I'm going to tell you that. She always turns it around and uses it to her advantage somehow, or just really leans into what people are saying about her, even if it's negative. I feel like she's always trying to like rage bait to get the most money, even though I feel like she really wants to be taken seriously as an artist at the end of the day. Her leaning into like the trolls, it kind of like makes her less serious, like more silly than anything. But after her questionable Betty Davis Eyes cover and the fact that everyone was saying that deaf people won with that one, those were really the comments, you guys. People were saying that deaf people really won because they couldn't hear her song because they thought it was that bad. I mean, she was even making fun of her own song, okay? She was making fun of the way she sang.
This is me auditioning to play JoJo Siwa in the biopic of JoJo Siwa. I did forget how the song starts. That's what was happening. Okay, here we go. And she'll tease you. She'll tease you. All the better just to please you.
But she was teasing her new song last week. She put a snippet of the song on her Instagram and said people had a lot to say about Betty Davis Eyes, so I started writing right away. New song coming soon. Can you guess what it's gonna be called?
Eyes like Betty Davis, hear my voice and you know what my name is. Wise, be on my age. That happens when you're little and you put on the stage, but I'm just a little baby, so shady, but a lady.
And people in the comments were like, why is she a new person every time I open Instagram? Girl, Eminem's gonna haunt you for saying that now. Please just stick to his style. This ain't versatility. Please don't disrespect a Mr. Slim like that. The song did end up coming out and it was titled Raspy. So she was obviously playing into all of the comments where people were saying that she was raspy sounding, especially in her Betty Davis Eyes cover. And she's just really leaning into everything that everyone has ever said about her. And in the song, she's basically just saying that when she's happy, she gets raspy, telling people to just say what you want, go ahead, try to insult me, I'm sulking, all press is good press, hey JoJo, you're a mess, okay, if you yell at me, I'm gonna cry, another headline for the late night news, who's my dream guest on my podcast, my exes, confess in construction vests, and I can't say my R's, but I can buy a Rolls Royce. Was on The Masked Singer because I couldn't make the voice. You act like I can't hear the noise, but I can. My happiness is a choice, that's right. Karma never came, yeah. She's still a traitor. Look back and laugh, not with anger. Don't want the songs, but I'll keep them coming. So through it all, despite what everyone has ever said about her, she's still gonna be doing her thing online. That is what I'm getting from all of this. So that is what is going on with JoJo Siwa, you guys. I wanna know what you guys think about everything that she has had to say. If you think that she had this plan all along, or how you feel about her leaning into the trolls and everything like that, plus the whole Brianna Chickenfry Zach Bryan drama, the Addison VMAs and her and Alix Warren, plus the Alix Earle ice cream shop. Did you even know she had an ice cream shop with her family. The Bretman breakup, the Wicked drama. Let me know all of your thoughts, you guys. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.